Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Markets to Watch from Smack the Markets, week commencing the 25th of February 2019. So, this week we have a lot of fundamental news going on in the world. We still have the trade negotiations, stroke wars that are going on with the US and China. That seems to be progressing nicely, and it seems like a deal will be struck soon. A lot of reports coming out confirming that at the moment. Also, on the other side of the Atlantic, we have this summit going on in Egypt at the moment between the Arab League and the EU, and Prime Minister May is also attending that. Um, Brexit related stuff, we have more and more reports now saying that there's going to be delay to Brexit. The time frame is not confirmed yet or even agreed on. The EU seem to be erring more on the side of a couple of years, whereas the UK are looking for something in the region of months. So that's um, that's the fundamental stuff. Markets this week we're interested in, we're looking at gold again. So gold has been on our radar now for a few weeks. We like it here because of the break above this 1300 level. You know, it broke above nice and decisively, pulled back into a level there, and then continued on up till 1350. Here on the daily, you can see what's going on a bit clearer. You can see the break above 1300 there, rallied up quite strongly, got a little bit overextended, pulled back in again, and consolidated here below this 1320 level that you can see, quite a significant level on this chart as well. Touched off that level last week after that big rally. It's pulled back in again now into the buy zone, and we're having a nice bullish candle at the moment. Now, this is early in today, so we'll see how this candle progresses. But if we do get a break of that, we know that the next target then is this level here, the 1350, and after that, then we have the highs here, that level up there. So a very nice market to be in at the moment. Um, our favorite index market again this week is the US mini Dow Jones. So even if we look here at the monthly chart for a moment, you know, you can see such a strong month last month and this month now. Obviously, we're not at the end of the month yet. We have a few days left, but it's looking like this will be more or less. We've only 3 days left. More or less, this will be the candle for this month. And you can see as you go back there, you know, there isn't too many stages where there's two very strong candles like that. So very positive signs. Um, on the weekly here, you can see, you know, that it's just on such a rally that these big levels, the 25,000, 25,500, 26,000, they mean very little to it at the moment on the weekly. It slices right through it almost. But when you come down to the daily, you can see it a bit more clearly what actually is happening on in these situations when it does come up to it. So that's even that there is 25,000. So it came up to it from the 24,500 level, hesitated a little bit, pushed on, rallied up, and then pulled back into it, lovely into the buy zone, and moved on up again to this 25,500 level. Hesitated for a day or two, and then a big push up again. Now, last week it spent most of its time here at this level, which is just around the 25,900, slightly below the 2600, and a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of lackluster week last week. So then this week we have this break above here, out to new relative new highs, and that's mainly on the back of that good news coming out of the US and China. So when we come down to the 4 hour here, you can see kind of most of the action last week was above this little level here, 25,800. You know, had a lot of trouble trying to get below it. It couldn't retrace at all. So the market has rallied up now onto new relative highs, as I said. Um, Now, when we come back to the daily, you can see here, where's the next targets for this? The 26,200, quite a bit going on there. After that, then it's the old highs, and they're all-time highs. So, you know, record highs are even on the cards for this one, possibly, as it moves forward. Our favorite currency this week is one with dollar weakness, and that's because of the dollar index and the way that has been weakening ever since it got to 97. It has struggled a little bit and weakened off quite significantly, and a lot of time frames on the dollar index now downtrending. So this one helps that, and here we have this, you know, that's a couple of weeks ago, that nice rejection candle off that 3600 level. Last week, very strong but bearish candle all the way down there to this level that it's right on right this very minute. And if we look at it here on the daily, you can see it a little bit clearer what's going on. So there's a level there. If we actually highlight it and zoom out a little bit, you can see that there's a lot going on at that level. It's just below the 3500 level. So if we get a breakdown there, there's nothing then in the way all the way down to that old low there. So that's quite a nice window. And when you look at it here on the 4 hour chart, you can see that level again there. It's quite a significant level on this one and clear on the 4 hour as well as the higher time frame. So a breakdown there, nothing at all on the way all the way down to there. So that's a nice one to avail of some of that dollar weakness. That's it for the moment. We'll update you as the week goes on in the midweek and see how these are progressing. We hope it helps, and we'll speak to you then.